How that saying go? I'm with you. I'm with you when you. I'm with you when you.
This is what I used to dress like when I lived in Chicago and when I was in the closet. Like, I knew at a very early age that I wanted to kiss boys, but I grew up around homophobic people, so I kind of just suppressed it. Like, I wanted Raven's boyfriend so bad. I don't know. One day, I think I was like 11 and I was at church, and the pastor's sermon that day was God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve or Eve and Yvette. So he preaching, and I looked to my left and my right, and my family just clapping and agreeing. I was like,
Oh.
So yeah, I basically just forced myself into believing that I was straight. Like, I just didn't think about it. Like, now some of y'all might be thinking like, Malik, be for real, who didn't know? But I was a different person back then. I sounded different. It was insane. That's me and Lotto. Big Lotto. And honestly, I was doing a good job at being DL until I started talking to this one girl that had this, she had a brother that was so fine. I'm not going to post a picture of him because that's insane, but he kind of looked like Broderick. So I went over our house for the first time, and every time he said something to me, I was just like blushing. So she pulled me aside and she was like, do you like my brother? Be honest. I'm not going to tell nobody. And I was like, yeah. She was like, all right, it's our secret. And then boom, it was like a routine. Every day after school, I would go over his house and nobody knew that we was talking. It was like, shh. But one day my mama started to get suspicious. She said, where do you go every day after school? And I've always been a terrible liar. So I was stuttering and stuff. I was like, my friend. She was like, oh, your friend. Well, how come I ain't never seen your friend? I was like, I don't know. And I just walked off, right? So she went through my phone when I was asleep. And she saw everything. So yeah, she woke me up and said some stuff that I'm still unpacking in therapy, and basically told me that I was not allowed to see him no more. She took my phone for like 3 months. Like, I'm still confused on what they were supposed to do. She also called his mama and told her if I was ever to come over their house ever again, she would call the police. Then he moved away. It was this whole thing. Then I turned 18 and I joined the military. So I tell everybody that I joined the military because I wanted to start my business, and I'm not lying, I did. But another reason why I joined the military is because I wanted to get out of Chicago because I really wasn't happy. They stationed me in Hawaii, and I just pretended like I was straight again. I don't know. I had like 2 girlfriends while I lived in Hawaii. We were together for 2 years, the one I was with then. Then we broke up, and after we broke up, I met this guy that I really liked, and I came out. This is how I came out. I guess I just wasn't scared no more because I wasn't surrounded by my family, you know what I mean? And my mama called me the day I came out, and she went off, but I really didn't care because I was happy. I was like the happiest I had ever been in my life. Around like 5 or 6 months go by, and my mom calls me and I was like, oh my God. But she was like, you really happy, aren't you? We had like a 3-hour conversation, and she just apologized over and over again for like not accepting me, basically. And I think it was like my mom's seal of approval that made me really feel comfortable with finding out who I am. Because when you spend so long pretending to be somebody else, you never get to know yourself. So that's what my fashion is today. And I know the people that's been following me for a long periodically time probably look at my pictures when I post them like, what happened to Malik? But this Malik that y'all knew was a version of myself that I created because I knew that y'all would accept him. It wasn't really who I was. And I just refuse to do that anymore. Like, I'm never gonna live my life for anybody other than myself ever again. So this is my mom today. We have a really good relationship. She told me I can tell a story because there's a really good lesson in it. I know a lot of y'all have kids or are gonna have kids. Just remember to love your kids unconditionally. Even if you don't agree with their lifestyle, you can't change them. Trust me, okay? I tried. When my mama cussed me out when I was 17, I tried everything I could to convince myself that I was normal, but I'm not, And that's okay, because I wasn't meant to be normal. And voila, that's the story of how we got here. And now y'all know why I be wearing heels sometimes. I'm just playing. But remember, life is too short to be anything but your true, authentic self.